Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Gordon Maston, and welcome to my my NXT review for February the 10th, 2016. Should check something here really quick. Yeah, 2016. And if you're wondering why I'm hiding my red hair under this hood, here is my explanation. Eva Marie may simply be the dumbest redhead in wrestling history. I say this from a place of common sense, common knowledge. I can't expand my disbelief when you're getting punched in the back of the head at least 3 times and you're still standing up stomping on somebody. What? At least Nia, when she was hit by Bayley, had the common sense, the literal smart common sense to sell it a little bit, and she's bigger than you. And I can see her not being phased with you doing this and just turning around and saying, really, just because you beat me and you luckily choked me up doesn't mean you actually hurt me when you hit me. Eva Marie, you are literally the dumbest girl in wrestling history. I'm going to get to the intro. Excuse the background music if that is heard. And let's start NXT review. By the way, not a bad show at all. I was thoroughly pleased with the show. Just, I will try and reveal my red hair when we get back. Okay. People, we're back. And welcome to this week's edition of my NXT review. And as you already know, my name is Gordon Maston. I don't know why I'm talking like a male version of Lana. I don't understand that at all. But we will try and move past that and move completely on. So with that being said, I'm just gonna start talking. Okay, so first of all, I know I just feel ashamed. First of all, I'd like to apologize for last week's no show on the NXT review. I actually did it, and I actually got it done. But the thing is, like, I was falling asleep in it because like I had been up for like 2 straight days, and I've been working on fumes. Got the Lucha Underground review done, didn't get the NXT review done, so I decided this week, and this week only, things will go back to normal next week as they stand. Things will go back to normal next week, and like I said, if you hear any music, excuse it! You're supposed to be just listening to the background that I have here. But, I'm sorry. I really am, and I'm gonna make NXT first this week in 4 goals, the normal format. Well, not 4 goals. You guys understand what I mean. I have a lot to talk about in this week's installment of my NXT review. Now, with that being said, oh wow, I'm looking at the sheets. Dave Batista told Titus O'Neil to ask for his release because Vince is a piece of shit, but this is not a Vince McMahon made show. This is Triple H's baby, NXT. So let's get down to talk about Triple H's baby, NXT. Okay, I'm trying to find out where we okay. So we started the show with the Lone Wolf Baron Corbin versus Johnny frickin' Wrestling. Johnny Gargano, people. And Johnny Gargano and Baron Corbin in this match, okay. So I'm going to make a comparison here. This match was good. As you already, like I said, you already probably know, but usually in these things, you're like, oh, Corbin will get the win. But NXT has been known to surprise us with some surprises over the years. With, squash matches. Like, you think this guy's going to win? Oh, this guy surprisingly won, and it kickstarted his NXT career. Like, woohoo! But that's not the case. What the case is here is Corbin still doesn't get the win. but Gargano looks great. And I feel as if they had to make him look great, like understanding what happened with Samoa Joe, where it's like when Tommaso Ciampa got his match with Samoa Joe, Tommaso Ciampa did like a total bitch. He fought a little bit, but still got his ass kicked. Johnny Gargano, on the other hand, it kind of got bitched out. And I'm not going to shy away from saying it. Gargano kind of got bitched out a little bit. So, with that being said, let's us move on. And we will get to, what do we have next? Not next, but let's just visit some of the things that were memorable to me in the match. Baron Corbin does eventually win this match with the end of days, but especially memorable to the match for me. I forgot, they had, okay, so Corbin looked like the powerhouse, you know, when you're standing on top of the middle ropes and you're just punching a guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the 8th punch, Gargano was pushed off by Corbin. That's just Corbin looking dominant to me. Like you're not gonna sit here and try and dominate me. I'm the dominant force. We both know that. Now, with that being said, we're going to move to the next point in the match that really got me. Corbin tried to hit Gargano when he was on the ropes and ran at Gargano. Gargano jumped to the middle rope and did the middle rope spear. Corbin hit the deep 6, and after that, everybody thought the end of days was coming. No, this huge fucking super kick comes out of nowhere and stuns the hell out of Baron Corbin. And Baron Corbin just can't walk outside the ring. Gargano gets him back inside the ring after Corbin walks on the ring. Does the heel veteran move, walks him outside the ring, has the face chase him, regains his bearings, and runs into the end of days and falls in the bear trap known as Baron Corbin. And I know that was probably a horrible pun, but I don't care. Okay, that's just I don't care. So, with that being said, that's a great tone setter, a great opener, a great crowd heater to start the show. Baron Corbin goes over Johnny Gargano, and people were like, "Where's Baron Corbin going to really?" Dude, the crowd was into it. Like everyone was into it. Like, just if you can create the deception toward the crowd that Gargano has a chance. I don't think many people have a problem. Or most guys that face Baron Corbin have a chance and they lose, or sometimes even win, depending on who we're talking about here. That I don't think you'll have a problem with this match, because this is, I'm not gonna throw the entertainment banner under NXT, but to a degree it is. But this is sports entertainment, and Corbin's job in the future will be to entertain people. And if you can just imagine this giant 6'8", 275-pound juggernaut like Baron Corbin going down to a guy like Johnny Gargano, who people are waiting for to just get the rocket shipped to his back, or even better, shipped up his ass and just to the moon, then moments like this are good for Gargano. He's sitting here, he's still facing top caliber talent in NXT, and he's may not be winning. But let's remember, Gargano isn't even contracted here yet. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, I read a rumor earlier, not a rumor, updated situation on their contracts earlier, that basically, I think it came from, the source was PW Insider, and they said Gargano and Ciampa are not signed with the company yet, and the way the situation works, both sides, NXT and Gargano and Ciampa, are happy with what's going on in the agreement and the working relationship that they have. Now, and see, I think that's great too, because when they come to NXT, their names aren't changed because they're not signed under contracts, and their names won't be changed in NXT. Although I think it could be like a Shield thing where Roman Reigns went up. If we're talking years down the line here, probably like a year or two down the line, probably. But if they ever did come up, I think their names will be changed based off the fact that we have you under contract. But the only reason we couldn't change your names is because Full Sail would totally probably shit on it, and any of our other fans, because they know who you are and you appeared under our banner enough for people to not forget who you really were. And you're not, and I hate to make this come off and sound a little racist, but Japanese, so you don't get to change your name to make a new name for yourself. And if you did do that, NXT, I'm not saying I'd be mad about it, but I'm just saying that'd be a little lazy, because most people want to say, we want to keep our name brand because it helps us get where we are, and yeah. It's like, never mind. I'm never gonna go there. That's an entirely different situation for an entirely different time. I was gonna compare CM Punk and UFC, but we're not gonna go there. But we're going to move on here. Oh, let me unlock my phone. Bro. Phone, stop being stupid. I'm live. Sami Zayn, Samoa Joe hype. It was really, I didn't really get to go over this promo last week. Well, I got to go over this promo last week, but, I kind of deleted the video because it was fucking trash. And I don't want to give you guys that kind of content. I want to give you guys, me when I'm at my best instead of me when I'm at my worst. But we got a Sami Zayn, Samoa Joe promo. Well, it was just Sami Zayn at this point. And with Zayn and Joe, Zayn basically says he's not thrilled about the decision that Regal made, but he's glad. Well, he said, but it's gonna be hard. Winning the NXT Championship the first time wasn't easy, so why would I expect it to be this time? And he'll be ready for Samoa Joe basically. And that's basically the short way to sum that up. And this is the same thing from last week, and I'm not gonna say I'm upset they did this, but like Joe had an entirely new promo because he shrugged it off last time. And evidently the way that Samoa Joe character goes and the way that he feels he got screwed, that's totally acceptable. But he had a promo at the end of the show, which we'll get to later. Okay. We have... Fuck my life up, fam. Oh, God. We have the Hype Bros versus Skylar and Hollis. I think it's John Skylar. Yeah, John Skylar and Corey Hollis. And simple as this, Skylar and Hollis get a little bit of offense in. I'm not going to say this. Like, these guys have been a tag team, like a relatively, I'm not going to say they have been a jobber team that has stuck around. So I wouldn't be surprised. And I'm not saying, like, I'm calling it. But I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Skylar and Hollis get turned into something, down the line. Probably, I don't know, whenever NXT decides we're going to turn the next jobber into the next star. Or the next pair of jobbers into the next stars. So Hype Bros get the win with the Hype Rider. Zack Ryder is incredibly over. Mojo Rawley, you can go fuck yourself. This is I almost said Barmella. I wrote Baymella promo was up next, and they basically, for lack of a better term, they're extremely happy to face each other, and they understand that friendship goes out the window when the match starts, and boy, oh boy, doesn't it. Hold on, that's not foreshadowing for anything later, and I just wanted to make that clear. Okay. But nothing much really for me to say here about this. Like, this here didn't really do much for me. If I'm gonna criticize NXT for anything, I'm gonna say this much. I would have liked if they would have played up getting a little tense, like Carmella's but they basically said, okay, friends, like, after the match we'll still be friends no matter who wins the championship or who doesn't. I would have liked if they would have played up the fact that Carmella's, like, if Carmella would have got a little, shady acting here, and she would have said, well, Bayley, I don't care, I'm winning that championship or something. I don't know, just make her, like, disrespect Bayley to the point where it's like, oh, this got a little personal. And for anybody who wasn't into this match, I was already into the idea. It's two girls I like, and it's one I want really to succeed in Carmella and NXT, and then one in Bayley that I'm hoping to succeed if we all know you will always. When you go to the main roster. So, I really would have wanted to see, I don't know, maybe some disrespect from Carmella here, and then after the match happened, wherever, you got the same ending, and then everything else happened, and just Eva Marie make me want to fucking blast my head into a wall. But, yeah. And then next we get Alexa Bliss versus Cameron. This is how you know And see, I'll even say here in this match, if I have to say, okay, we're gonna make a over/under betting, not over/under. We're gonna make a numbers, and I don't rate things, so you know this has to be a little special. We're gonna make a numbers chart here on who's better in between Carmella and Eva Marie. Not Carmella, Cameron and Eva Marie. I think Cameron is about a 4, maybe a 5, and Eva Marie is a 1. No, I'll be honest. She's a 1 or a 2. I can even go to 0 if I really needed to. But I can actually see Cameron's trying, and yes, I actually mean this, people. I genuinely mean this. She's trying to get good, but she just isn't yet. Like, you can definitely see she's doing more things in the ring, like that little jumping neck breaker she did. You wouldn't have seen that at Cameron a couple years ago. I'm not saying that's a little thing, because it's a move you can obviously fuck somebody's neck over, but she's doing better, is what I can really say here. I'm not going to say Alexa carried her, but just the physicality of this match alone, just the punches, the slaps, the standing on the neck, like just the aggression of these two was enough for me to say I enjoyed this match. I really did. And I enjoyed the fact that Alexa got the win. And you just know Cameron is so fucking bad to people that it's just, everyone was cheering for Alexa. There were points in the match where they were cheering for Alexa. And if anybody knows, Alexa's been nothing but a stone cold bitch to everyone. But Alexa goes on to get the win here with the Sparkle Splash, and I enjoyed, like, this match had the perfect amount of timing to me. This match had I really saw the way to finish. Like they let Alexa get all her shit in an order. Well, her two remaining finishes in an order, or her signature and her finisher in order here to really establish, okay, Cameron put up a fight, but we really want to establish that Alexa is still better than her. She didn't have to catch her by roll-up. She didn't have to have Blake and Murphy cheat for her. Oh, God. Me just saying that now. Listen to this sentence, people. Like, I want you to think of Blake and Murphy, like, the second half of Blake and Murphy's entire run. The second half of it. And then just listen to this sentence. Blake and Murphy didn't have to cheat. Not Blake and Murphy. Alexa Bliss. Yeah, Blake and Murphy didn't have to cheat for Alexa Bliss. Now think about the entire second about Blake and Murphy's title run. Although, you can also make the argument, it is an inferior opponent to Cameron, so I guess it's understandably passable. So, there you go. But up next, we get Enzo and Cass, who are going back to back. And they basically say, Dash and Dawson, this is a warning message or whatever. And, you know, they were like, we're the NXT Tag Team of the Year 2015. In 2016, we'll be looking to go back to back. And after that, Jordan and Gable come in and like, you're looking to make it back to back. Well, this is an Olympic year. And then they're like, yeah, what does that mean? And then Gable's just sitting there like, yeah, I'm gonna give it to you eventually. Like, I like to slow build my stuff. I like to slow build my shit. Don't rush me. Don't rush me, Cass. And then, like, Enzo eventually says to him, he's like, so you mean it's Olympic year, therefore it's your year. And you're like, yeah, that's exactly where I was going with that. He's like, I don't think you knew you were going with that. I think Zoe put it together for you. That's what Cass said. And it just leads to a bunch of arguing back and forth, and it just, like, I see this somehow, and they were just, like, I really couldn't tell where they were going with this, but I see this somehow leading to, like, it's just Jordan and Gable's egos versus Enzo and Cass want their match against Dash and Dawson, and Gable and Jordan have been beating everyone lately. I mean, everyone. And Enzo and Cass have had one match since London, and Gable and Jordan have had like 2 or 3, but still they've gotten more done. Like, Enzo and Cass just be 2 Joe Schmoes, and Blake and Murphy, not Blake and Murphy, Jordan and Gable have beaten Blake and Murphy, The Ascension, and I'm forgetting someone else, but I think, yeah, Blake and Murphy and The Ascension as of recent, and they have proven that they deserve a title shot. So going through Enzo and Cass would be the perfect way to do this, personally. Just being my opinion. So after this, Jordan and Gable basically say, but you know what, like, after the whole Enzo thing where it's like Enzo put it together for, you know, Gable to finish it. What Gable's finish was going to be, and like, you know, but it doesn't matter. We'll be ready, willing, and then I think Jordan says Gable with him, and then Enzo tries to cut him off his head, and that's like, no, that was our thing. That was our part. Like, they're still the most arrogant, douchey douchebags, but they're just beloved by a crowd. Which is like, it's like, we're not going to compromise who we are. We're just going to make you love us with our technical wrestling acumen, which technically tends to win over internet fans, which is what NXT's audience practically is. But you guys get what I'm saying here. I don't have to explain this shit. You guys understand this shit. Okay. So up next, we get Elias Sampson versus Jesse Sorensen. Oh, God, my voice cracked. Oh, ugh. I hit puberty. No, I'm only kidding. But you know what? Interesting little thing. In 45 minutes, I will be 19. And I will actually be coming at you with another review when I'm 19. This is my last review being 18 years old, and this is pretty weird to me that I'm going back to back. It's like a time warp, bro. No. But, Jesse Sorensen? Elias Sampson? Okay. Elias Sampson is next against Jesse Sorensen. And Corey Graves, I don't ever have many problems with you. I feel like you're just, in a sense, when it comes to Elias Sampson, you have caught JBL syndrome. Where it's like, this guy doesn't like me, so I don't like him, Michael. And I'm going to do whatever I can to trash him. And I'm going to make fun of him, Michael. Because he, you know, he won't talk to me. He isn't cool, Michael. And it's like, Graves, you're a heel. Elias Sampson is a heel. You're here to justify his action and shut Tom Phillips up for anything negative he says about him. Now, you did give him props and credit on the aggression, which JBL probably wouldn't have done. But you still ran the guy down on what he was trying to do. You basically tore his gimmick down. He doesn't play his guitar when he comes out here. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do that. What makes him so authentic? I understand that commentary is trying to be, like, you know, genuine and honest toward us. But to a degree, you can't just bury the gimmick like that. That's not, like, that's not what you do, dude. Like, but you know what the fuck ever, dude. Like, you're trying to push this guy, and you're having Corey Graves. But because commentary can be a very influencing aspect toward people, and they can say, well, how is he really a drifter? Like, the only thing driftish about him is da-da-da-da-da. And, you know, I wanted to get to this, because I have two things to say about this that are, like, I'm not going to say entirely different things, but, like, it brings me back to the vaudevillains gimmick. Like, if they're going to be the vaudevillains, like, the only thing really vaudeville about them is sometimes the way they go about talking and their entrance. Nothing about their characters in the ring is, you know, vaudevillainish. Their finisher is called the Whirling Dervish. They don't carry themselves in the ring like old style, I don't want to say comedy wrestlers, but silent films were mostly comedies, weren't they? Like, I'm not fresh on the silent film business, the silent film movie business, but from what I've seen on most TV shows and NXT themselves, if it's not all comedy, then they've stereotyped it down to just be what it seems to be in comedy, and the vaudevillains are not made to be taken as anything serious. Now, you know, I'll get to this after because it actually does bring me back to something I said last week, but the review wasn't up, so I can't say it now. But when it comes to Elias Sampson, like, if NXT is just going to make this what it is, he comes out with a guitar, he has drifter music, and he just, that's it. That's all there is to the gimmick. Here's his gimmick. We're not going to really make him do anything. Just come up and squash people until he gets in an actual feud, and then he'll just say he's a drifter and he's really not. Like, I don't know if I could be down for that. I'm down for the whole Elias Sampson thing, but if we can't get any character progression, character development with him, I don't know if I can really get into this. And this gimmick in general, I finally have a opinion on this. And it feels like Tyler Breeze to a degree. Like, you're going to be like, okay, one man was willing to talk all about himself, the other man won't talk at all. How is this like Tyler Breeze? Okay, hear me out. Tyler Breeze was like one of those personal gimmicks, like the full. Like it's like he was in a small enough venue where people attached to it, and people loved it. And you know, you have to talk to get yourself over. Elias Sampson has said little to nothing. The crowd was chanting at him, "Drift away tonight." Like, that's the one thing about not Full Sail, about the University of Florida building that they're in tonight. They were not in Full Sail University. They were basically saying, what was I? Oh yeah, they were basically saying how they They're basically telling him to drift away. Now, my point on what I was saying with Samson is, like, this is not a gimmick to me that could, unless some serious, uh, story has been thrown into Samson, I don't think this is really a gimmick that can get over. And, like, there could be the other argument thrown at me. Like, I was talking to somebody before I did this review. They're like, well, look at Bray Wyatt. He can get over doing this. Well, something similar to this. But, like, yeah, Bray Wyatt, his gimmick is personal enough where he has enough, like, Samson's gimmick is, I'm a drifter, I don't have money, I travel town to town on boats, rafts, I hitch rides. Like, I want to be into it, I really do. But NXT's not helping me yet. Like, we've heard him literally speak one sentence. Okay. But that's basically my opinion. Elias Samson does get the win against Jesse Sorensen with a vicious neck breaker. And that's really about it. We get an Apollo Crews promo, where Apollo Crews next basically says here, you know what, I'm not disappointed that I lost to Finn Balor. This is the result that I wanted to know. I wanted to know if I could beat the best in NXT, so I know I'm right there. And obviously I'm not. So, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to work harder, I'm going to get better, and the next time you see me in the ring, you'll see a totally different Apollo Crews. Now, I don't know if this means this man is going heel. I don't, like, is that just the generic way of saying I'll be back at the title, or is it or is this gonna mean I'll be more like I'm all business on my pursuit back to the title? I'm gonna get like 3 or 4 wins, and then I'll be back to seeing the NXT Championship. Like, I don't know where this is going. I don't know what this means, but all I know here is Apollo Crews, buddy, I'm interested. Keep it that way. Now, okay. Next is the main event, but... Oh, wait. Okay. Next is the main event. But, this is what I need to know. This is what I need to know. Not Apollo. This is what I need to know. These Vaudevillains vignettes. We've seen the Vaudevillains last week, and they were heels. Like, they worked the heel style against, like, they didn't win dirty, but they seemed like the more aggressor, and they didn't seem like they were really taunting to the fans. They seemed like they were all business. Now, these Vaudevillains feel like, I figured, like, the little films that show, like, our smiles aren't there anymore. Like, it's had a more evil tone to it, like, oh, we're going to be douchebags. Or, like, I don't know vaudeville term. Oh, we're going to be rapscallions. Like, and they just came out last week and they're all business, and they had like some generic heel tag team who just tried to desperately get a win, and they were desperate. Like, you can't stop desperate men. Like, the one thing about desperate men is you have nothing to lose. Like, that is what that felt like last week to me, and I was not okay with that. And they showed another film tonight, and I just irked a little bit. I'm just like, what's the point? We're not seeing anything brand new. We're not seeing anything different. Like, it's just the same old vaudevillains from when they were heel in 2014. Like, this does not work for me. The vaudevillains in general just do not work for me. But you know what? I just had to put that out there. So I'm gonna move on, and we're gonna move on to what's next here. Oh, main event. I don't even have to unlock my phone for that. Bayley versus Carmella. They make their entrances. Carmella, you know, when Bayley's making her entrance, is clapping along to the theme, bobbing her head. I'm sitting here thinking, Carmella, what's gonna happen? Are you gonna just wrestle Bayley after this? Or are you gonna just lay it on for her? Like, Bayley, I'm happy for you. Keep your reign going. But no, in all honesty, like, they fight it out. It got pretty good. The crowd really got into it when Carmella dove on Bayley. They actually started giving her respect because, like, after Bayley's music goes off, all you hear is, "Hey, we want some Bayley. Hey, we want some Bayley." Like, that's all you really hear. And after that, Bayley, like, okay, like, as the match goes on, like, the crowd is into it. Like, and this is, okay, like, this is the one thing I like about Carmella. Like, okay, she's yucking up the fan attention. Like, she's showing that she's brand new to the situation. Like, she's showing that she's a rookie to the situation. She's like taking it all business, even though that's probably how she should take it. But she is showing that she's brand new to this experience, and she okay, she's making me. I'm actually believing this. Like, Carmella's like, she's overwhelmed and overjoyed by the fact that she's in the title match and that's taking over, and it can cost her. Like, that's I like that she played that off, and it came back to bite her almost a couple of times. Like, she started clapping with the crowd at some points and like gesturing to the crowd, like after she did the Bronco Buster to Bayley, and then Bayley got up out of the corner and just gave her a fucking lariat, just knocked her shit in, and dude. After this, Bayley at some point in the ring, gets thrown out the ring. I'm just sitting here thinking, well, not thrown out of the ring, but she's on the top. Bayley's on the top rope. Carmella knocks her down. Carmella dives out there on her, and then after that, she just gets her bearings about her, does it again. I'm thinking she's gonna fucking do the Jay Lethal. No. Slash Seth Rollins, because Rollins was known to do that too. But she's gonna do the Lethal slash Rollins. No, that's not what happens. She puts Bayley back in the ring and tries to pin her. 1, 2, roll up, 1, 2, 1, 2, like just backslide, roll through, backslide, sunset flip, 1, 2, reverse of the sunset flip into a form of what would have been a sunset flip caliber pin, 1, 2, another reverse what would have been a sunset flip, 1, 2, 3. Did I tell you who won? No. Drum roll winner. Bayley, high tens, people. Yeah, and Bayley goes on to get the win, gets Carmella up, and hugs her. Personally, if I'm Carmella, I would have spit on her because, bitch, you shouldn't have beat me with that. You should have beat me with your own finisher. No, I'm kidding. And a douchebag inside of me needs to just go away right now. And that's the end of the match. Now Carmella walks out and gives Bayley the chance to have that moment with her public, until Nia Jackson, Eva Marie, walked down to that ring, and then just after that, Bayley gets out of the ring, realizes what's happening to Carmella, goes over it, and I swear she just to Eva Marie, and Eva Marie's still stomping on Carmella, by the way, like she never even acted like she was ever even touched, and then Nia goes on to even react to Bayley hitting her and starts selling. And you're the bigger woman. You can just act like it doesn't affect you. Keep stomping her until Bayley has to forcibly turn you around or get in front of you and hit you in the face, poke you in the eye, kick you in the gut, stomp on the back of your knee, something. But even Marie, the smaller woman, gets hit by Bayley like, nah, I'm just not going to sell this at all. I'm going to keep stomping Carmella. Like, what's your problem? But you know what? It's resolved because after Bayley gets thrown in the ring and beat up by these two, Asuka comes out, and then Bayley was just knocked out outside the ring. They got Carmella in the ring. Nia hit a couple leg drops on her, and then that's when Asuka comes out, gets in the ring, backs them down. Bayley's there, and then Asuka doesn't even acknowledge Bayley, but I'm pretty sure she knows she's there. But she turns to Bayley swiftly, just caresses her hand, puts her hands and just just like pets the NXT title, and then just goes that will be she's like, that will be mine. And it was like a real tense moment with Bayley, like, I'm not gonna hit you, I respect you, and I'm just gonna walk out of this ring. Tend to your friend. And if this is teasing Asuka versus Bayley, and see, I don't know if NXT would do that. Like, I think maybe Nia Jax would be involved, but if it's just straight up Asuka versus Bayley, I'm down. Like, I just don't see any format. Like, I don't know if they wouldn't include Nia in this, because I'm pretty sure either her or Evil would get thrown in this. I don't know if they'd really want one of the other to beat each other clean, but fuck, there you go. Nia and Bayley sit on the end of the show. Bayley's music plays, and Asuka walks out, and she gives Bayley the Asuka, and this is probably to a lesser degree, but Asuka's smile is like Katrina's look of death. Because once you take the look of death, you're fucked over because Mia Mortis just kicked your ass, or Disciples of Death just kicked your ass, and you just got fucked up. Now, when Asuka smiles at you, you know you're going to get fucked up. Or I can say it's like when Katrina kisses you, you know they're you're not, things aren't going to be good for you. Okay. Now, that being said, that was NXT. No, it wasn't. Samoa Joe basically addressed Sami Zayn to say, Sammy, and you know, you're not really a grateful man. A grateful man would have really, walked away or would have given me my title shot. But, he basically told him he wasn't grateful, and he's going to regret not being grateful when he has to step in the ring with Joe again next week on NXT for the #1 contendership. And that was NXT, people. So, I will see you on the first edition of my Lucha Underground review with me being 19 years old and a little over an hour. So, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Remember to leave a like on this video if you already haven't liked, subscribe, and subscribe for more of that NXT goodness on my channel, baby. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. And oh yeah. Remember, I have to tell you guys these things first. Just let me find this. Okay. Remember to like this video if you haven't liked it already. Subscribe and subscribe for more of that NXT goodness on my channel. Follow me on Twitter at FightMastin, FIGH. There is no T at the end of that because Twitter's a giant jerk and will not let you make as big as an @ as you want. So I just might make it Mastin win because Twitter sucks sometimes. And follow me there. FightMastin Fight. There is no T at the end of that. And we will see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. See ya. Peace.